Okay, now I hope section 35 AD provision is clear. So now what we'll do, let us see few problems, three problems. Let us focus on 35 AD. Then we'll move on to the other parts of the sections. Okay, so let us read the problem number one. So what is happening? Mr. A commenced operations of business of setting up a warehouse facility for storage of food grains, sugar and edible oil. So three things are there, three storages. What is that? The first one is storage of food grains, storage of sugar and edible oil. Now if we get into section 35 AD, what is covered in terms of storage? Cold chain storage facility is covered, inland container depot is covered, agriculture product storage is covered, and sugar is covered. So food grains is nothing but an agriculture product. Food grains is covered. Sugar is specifically covered, but I mentioned clearly that edible oil is not an agriculture produce. So this business of storing of edible oil is not called as a specified business. So what is covered in this case? Food grains and sugars are only called as a storage of food grains and storage of sugar. These two things are only called as a specified business. Edible oil is not to be considered at all as a specified business. Now what is happening? When he started on 1st April 2019, he incurred a capital expenditure of 80 lakhs, rupees 80 lakhs, rupees 60 lakhs, rupees 50 lakhs. So that means the total capital expenditure incurred for food grains business is 80 lakhs. Total capital expenditure incurred for the sugar business is going to be 60 lakhs. Total capital expenditure incurred for the edible oil is going to be 50 lakhs. That's what is the capital expenditure incurred respectively for all the business. Now, on what he is incurring? 80, 60 and 50 on purchase of land and building during the period. During the period Jan 2019 to March 2019. So during that period, that means before, when the business was commenced, the business commenced operations on 1st April 2019. That means before commencement of the business, he had incurred the above capital expenditure. For what? Land and building. Yesterday we have discussed one point clearly. Your capital expenditure excludes three. What are those? Land, goodwill, financial assets. So if you are incurring any sort of capital expenditure for these three purposes, that should not be considered as a part of your capital expenditure. If you incur for land and buildings, the cost of the land is not eligible for 35 AD, but the cost of the building is eligible. Now let us see what is happening here. The cost of land included in the above figures is 50, 40 and 30 lakhs respectively. That means 50 lakhs in 80 lakhs, 40 lakhs in 60 lakhs, 30 lakhs in 50 lakhs. That means out of 80, what is mentioning? The cost of land is 50. Out of 80, land and buildings, the cost of land is 50. That means what is the balance? 30. The 30 lakhs is nothing but the building, because it is clearly mentioned land and building was 80. And it is mentioned here 50 lakhs is for the land. That means 30 lakhs is for building, 20 lakhs is for building, 20 lakhs is for building. That you can take it as a deduction. Now, during the previous year, he incurred, during the current previous year. See, when this 80, 60 and 50 was incurred, that 80, 50 and 60 was incurred during Jan 2019 to 31st March 2019. Before commencement of business, this capital expenditure was incurred. After commencement of business, he further incurred a capital expenditure of 20, 50, 10 respectively. For what? For extension, reconstruction of building purchased and exclusively used for the above business. So compute the income under the head profits and gains from business or profession for the assessment year 2021 and loss to be carried forward, assuming Mr. A has fulfilled the conditions of 35 AD and has not claimed deduction under chapter 6A under the heading C, deductions in respect of certain incomes. That part we'll discuss when we are going through your okay, that part we'll try to discuss it later stage. Now here what is mentioning? The profits from business of setting up a warehouse facility for storage of food grains, sugar, edible oil, before claiming depreciation under before claiming deduction under 35 AD and 32 for the assessment year 2021 is 16 lakhs, 14 lakhs and 31 lakhs. That means the net profit before 32 and 35 AD for your food grains is 16, for your sugar is 14 and for your edible oil is going to be 31. So that's what is the conditions which are given. Now also, that's what is the profits which are given. Now also assume in respect of expenditure incurred, the payments are made through account paycheck. Why this is given? Because whenever you make a payment beyond 10,000 rupees, you are supposed to make the payment in account paycheck, account pay draft, or electronic clearance system, or any prescribed mode. So in this case, as it is mentioned, paid through prescribed mode, we can automatically take that as deduction. So here there are basically three things which you are supposed to calculate. One, taxable business income for your food grain business, taxable business income for your sugar business, taxable business income for the edible oil. Of this, food grains and sugar are said to be called as a specified business. So what I can do, I can segregate into two. What we'll do? Computation. Basically, what is the objective here? Your objective is what? He is asking you to compute, somewhere it is mentioned, compute income under the head profits and gains of business or profession and loss to be carried forward. So these are the two things: computation of income from business or profession for the year, and after offsetting the loss of one source of business with other source of business, whatever profit or whatever loss you have, that has to be carried forward. That part he is trying to asking you to calculate. Now let us go to the solution part. In the solution part, let us try to calculate our first problem. Now solution problem number 1. So problem number 1 solution, or let me put it this side. So what you are trying to do, you are trying to do solutions. Okay, solutions of what? Solution for your problem number 1. That's what we are trying to do now. Now what is asking? He is asking two things. One, which is nothing but computation. Okay, computation of profits and gains from business or profession for the assessment year what? 2021 is as follows. Once I prepare this statement, I will be in a position to determine what is the amount of loss which will be set off and what is the amount of loss which will be carried forward. So here we are having two things. One, okay, let us put here as what? Particulars amount in rupees, and coming to the same thing here, amount in rupees. So 3 columns total. Now what we'll do, in the first line, let us consider specified business. So first let us try to take your specified business. What specified business you are having? Two specified business you are having. One, storage of food grains, storage of your food grains. Okay, that's what is the first one. So what you do, you try to put this as a part of your working note number 1. In working note number 1, you try to calculate the storage of food grains and you take the values to this. Now what is the second one? The second one is nothing but storage of sugar. Even this is also called as specified business. So what we'll do, let us put both food grains and sugar in the same working note number 1 and take the values here. That's what is something called as a specified business. So now you may be having a loss or profit there. Let us leave a line space. We'll come to that later. Then what? Then you take an heading non-specified business. You are also having something called as non-specified business, which is nothing but what? Storage of edible oils. Storage of edible oil. So you show this, depict this as a part of your working note number 2. Take the values to this part. Now let us leave the space there. So depending upon this, I can try to determine whether your specified business is having a loss or whether your specified business is having a profit. That we can determine at a later stage. Now what we'll do, let us try to get into our working notes. We'll come back to that later. Now, let us put an heading here. Working note. Working note number 1. What is your working note number 1? Calculation of profit or loss, or simply calculation of your profits and gains from business or profession. So calculation of profits and gains from business or profession for what? For food, grain and storage of sugar business. For this, we need to calculate the profits and gains from business or profession. Now what we'll do, let us prepare a small table again here. Particulars, one column. Second column, what we'll do, let us call this second column as food grain business. So food grain business it is, let us tabulate here. Then the next column is nothing but your sugar storage. Food grain business, food grain storage business, sugar business. That's what is the basic things which we need to have. So what is mentioned? Profits before section 32 and 35 AD. Let us take that first. So what are the profits which are given before 32 and 35 AD? If we go to the problem, here it is mentioned. Food grain 16 lakhs, sugar 14 lakhs. So the 31 lakhs will take it later. So 16 lakhs and 14 lakhs are the profits before depreciation and 35 AD. So 16 and 14. Okay. 16 lakhs and 14 lakhs. Now let us come back to here. 16 lakhs and 14 lakhs. So let us put one thing here. So everything rupees in lakhs. Okay. 16 lakhs and this is coming to 14 lakhs. Now also put it here. Calculation of everything rupees in lakhs. So profit before this section is going to be this. Now 35 AD clearly says if you take the deduction under section 35 AD, you are not entitled to take the depreciation. So you are not allowed to take the depreciation for the specified business. For the non-specified business, you can take that as deduction. Now here, what will be happening? Less deduction under section 35 AD. So what is the deduction under section 35 AD? It clearly says capital expenditure other than land. So here let us consider, take the capital expenditure first. Capital expenditure in 2 years he has been incurred. Before commencement of the business, after commencement of the business. So let us take before commencement of business, January 2019 to 31st March 2019. That means what? I can consider this as a financial year 18-19. So capital expenditure incurred in 18-19. Capital expenditure is also incurred in 19-20. First, let us take what is the capital expenditure incurred in 18-19 as well as 19-20. Then we can discuss the other part of the provision. Now, if we see capital expenditure incurred 80 lakhs, 60 lakhs and 50 lakhs respectively from January 2019 to March 2019. So 80 lakhs is for food grains business, 60 lakhs is for the sugar business. So 80 and 60. So let us take that first. So 80 and 60. So in this year 80, in this year 60. Okay. Now one second. So let me put it like this. 80 lakhs for food grain, 60 lakhs for sugar. So you take that in the other column. Now let us go back to the problem now. And what else is mentioning you? He is also telling you he incurred a capital expenditure of 20 lakhs, 15 lakhs and 10 lakhs respectively when during the previous year 19-20. Now as we are doing food grain and sugar, let us take 20 and 15. So 20 lakhs and 15 lakhs has to be considered here. Now 20 lakhs and 15 lakhs. 20 lakhs here, 15 lakhs here. So the total, see, even the capital expenditure incurred before commencement of the business can also be taken as deduction. That means 35AD clearly says whatever capital expenditure incurred before commencement of the business and after commencement of the business can be taken. So whatever capital expenditure incurred, this 1819 is what before. When I can take, as soon as you record that in your books, immediately the expenses incurred before commencement of the business can also be taken. So what is the total expenses you had incurred? The total expenses for food grain is going to be 100 lakhs, and for sugar is going to be 75 lakhs. But this 80 lakhs and 60 lakhs includes cost of the land. I cannot take the cost of the land as deduction. So what I need to do, just I will simply deduct less cost of land, because only the cost of the building is allowed as deduction but not the cost of the land. Now let us see what is the cost of the land which was mentioned. So what is mentioning? The cost of the land included in the above figures is 50, 40. So 50 lakhs and 40 lakhs. So now let us come back. 50 lakhs, 40 lakhs. Now I need to consider the cost of land as 50 and cost of land for the sugar business as 40. Now if I reduce, my deduction under 35AD is what? 100 minus 50, my deduction is coming to be 50 lakhs is nothing but the amount of deduction. 75 lakhs minus 40 lakhs. So 75 lakhs minus 40 lakhs, my deduction is going to be 35 lakhs. Now, okay, now what will happen? 16 minus 50 and 14 minus 35, the difference is going to be profit or loss. Profit or loss from specified business. So whatever specified business you do, the difference is going to be loss or profit. So now, okay. Okay, so ultimately, what is the profits here? Let us try to see. 16 lakhs is the profit. So ultimately, from that I am reducing the deduction of 50 under section 35AD. That is going to give you a loss of 34 lakhs. That means the business of food grains is giving you a loss of 34 lakhs. And the business of the sugar storage, the profit is 14, the capital expenditure incurred is 35, so the loss the business suffered is going to be 21. Okay, now if we go to the first part of the statement, 34 lakhs is the loss of one and 21 lakhs is the loss of the other business. So let us go to the first statement here. Take it here as what? 34 lakhs loss, 21 lakhs loss. So what is the total loss the company has suffered? The total loss is nothing but 21 plus 34, 55 lakhs. The total amount of loss suffered by specified business is going to be 55 lakhs. So the loss of a specified business should be set off against the profit of the specified business. So in this case, you don't have any profit from the specified business. So what I have to do? I have to carry forward. So here what we are trying to do, carry forward how much? Entire amount of loss of 55 lakhs will be carried forward. This again we'll discuss clearly when we move on to something called as the set off and carry forward. They're the same provision we'll try to discuss. Now let us come to the storage of your edible oil. So this, for a special, as only 2 transactions are there, I can directly take it here and close. So now let us see what is things which we can consider. So what you are having, it is given in the problem profits before. You can do it here, or as you had already mentioned working note number 2, you put this as a part of your working note number 2. Profit before depreciation. For this you cannot take 32AD because 32AD is applicable only for a specified business. So what is the profit given in the problem? The profit given in the problem is what? The profits from business of setting up a facility for the assessment year 16 lakhs, 14 lakhs and 31 lakhs. So for the edible oil, the profit is going to be 31 lakhs. So here let us take the profit before depreciation as 31 lakhs. 31 lakhs. Now you can take the depreciation. You are eligible to take the depreciation here. So profit is 31. Now depreciation can be taken on the capital asset. So now what I will do, what is the capital expenditure incurred? 50 lakhs is the capital expenditure incurred in the previous year 18-19. So you can start taking the depreciation from the year in which the business is commenced. So as the business is commenced in 1920, you can start taking depreciation from the year 1920. So ultimately, what is the capital expenditure incurred? First, let us take the capital expenditure incurred. 50 lakhs is the capital expenditure incurred for the first part, 1 year. Let us see. On that, you are supposed to take the depreciation. So your capital expenditure, or I can simply call it as an actual cost of the asset. Let us take the actual cost. Okay, actual cost, which is nothing but what? Okay, so you are having something called as your actual cost of the asset. If I see 50 lakhs is one thing, and there is an extension incurred for 10 lakhs. So ultimately 50 plus 10, total capital actual cost is going to be 60. So let me consider the total actual cost to be 60. So actual cost is going to be 60 lakhs. But even depreciation is not provided on the land. So ultimately I will remove the cost of the land. So out of the 60, let us see what is the cost of the land which is given in the problem. So what is the cost of the land given there? Clearly mentioned, the above expenses include a cost of land of 50 lakhs, 40 lakhs and 30 lakhs respectively. So ultimately 30 lakhs is nothing but the cost of the land. As land is an appreciable asset, I should not provide depreciation on that. So the cost of land is being 30. So your actual cost of the asset is going to be 30 lakhs. Actual cost. So this being a building, I can take a depreciation of what? 10% is nothing but the rate of depreciation. So I can take a depreciation of what? 30 lakhs into 10%, that gives you 3 lakhs is nothing but your depreciation. So 30 lakhs minus 3 lakhs. So 31 lakhs minus 3 lakhs is going to give you 28 lakhs. So what is this 28 lakhs? This 28 lakhs is nothing but profits and gains from business or profession of a edible oil. So your non-specified business is what? Edible oil is nothing but your non-specified business. So how much you are getting? The taxable profits and gains is going to be 28 lakhs. So that's what is nothing but your first problem. Clear? Now we will quickly discuss on the second problem, and I want you to try the second problem because second problem is almost the same as first. Okay. Suraj, a proprietor, commenced operations of business on a new 3-star hotel in Madurai. 3-star hotel. Any hotel 2-star or above is said to be called as a specified business. So when the operations was commenced in 1st April 2019, he incurred a capital expense of 50 lakhs. So capital expense is what? 50 lakhs is the capital expense incurred when before commencement of business. Now, and capital is the same in the books of accounts on 1st April 2019. That means whatever expenses incurred before commencement of business can be taken as deduction. When you can take that as deduction? In the year of commencement of business. Immediately after recording that in your books of accounts, you can take that amount as a deduction. So here capital expenditure is what? 50. Now, and capital is same in this year. During the previous year 1920, he incurred further capital expenditure of 2 crores, out of which 1.5 crores was for acquisition of land. So that means 18-19 same 50 lakhs. 1920 he has incurred 2 crores. Of 2 crores, 1.5 is nothing but for acquisition of land. So I should remove that. So 2 crores minus 1.5 crores is going to give you 0.5 crores, which is nothing but your 50 lakhs. So 0.5 crores is nothing but the amount which is eligible for the current year. Now 50 lakhs plus 0.5 crores, which is nothing but 50 lakhs. So total amount of deduction eligible under 35 AD is nothing but 1 crore. Now what is mentioning? Compute profits and gains from business or profession for the assessment year. You need to compute that. Now assuming all the conditions are satisfied, profits from the business of running the hotel before claiming the deduction is going to be 25 lakhs. So you are getting you have been provided with the you have been provided with the profits before this. So ultimately 25 lakhs is given as the profits before. From this you are supposed to reduce your eligible 35 AD. You will be getting once assume he is also having some other existing business. Yeah. Now what is happening if I consider that first part of the problem? He is mentioning that you are having a hotel in Madurai. So that hotel is giving a profit of 25. And what is the deduction under 35 AD for this hotel? Deduction under 35 AD is nothing but 50 lakhs I can consider for that year. Plus he is telling you, you had incurred 2 crores. Of that 1.5 crores is what? 1.5 crores is nothing but for acquisition of land. So ultimately 50 plus 0.5 crores, which is nothing but 50 lakhs. So ultimately the total deduction is going to be 1 crore. So the total deduction is going to be 1 crore, or I can call this as 100 lakhs. So that's what is the deduction under 35 AD. Now this company has given you a profit of 25. Deduction under 35 AD is going to be 100. So this hotel in Madurai is giving a loss of 75 lakhs. Okay. I want you to try this problem. That's the reason I am explaining, so you can easily solve the problem. Now what is mentioning? Assuming that he also have another existing business of running a 4-star hotel. Any hotel 2-star or above is said to be called as a specified business. So he is also having another hotel in Coimbatore. Okay, which commenced operations 12 years back. Profits of that hotel is coming to be 120 lakhs. So ultimately, hotel in Madurai, you are having a loss of 75 lakhs. Hotel in Coimbatore is giving you a profit of 120. That means what? 120 profit minus, if I set off the loss, you are having a profit of 45. See, earlier in the above problem, food grain business is also giving a loss, sugar business is also giving a loss. In this case, hotel in Madurai is giving a profit. Hotel in Madurai is giving a loss. Hotel in Coimbatore is giving a profit. Loss from specified business should be set off with profits from specified business. So whatever loss of 75 lakhs you are having, that loss of 75 lakhs you are setting off with the profit. So ultimately your taxable, and one more point is mentioned, assume all expenses incurred were by account pay check. If the point is mentioned as some part of the expenses was incurred in cash or other than account pay check, that part is not allowed as deduction. So here your profits and gains from business or profession is coming to be 45 lakhs is your answer. Okay. Now that's what is nothing but your problem number 2. Now let us have a quick discussion about your problem number 3. We'll quickly finish off your problem number 3. Right. Now let us see. What is problem number 3? Mr. Arnav is a proprietor having 2 units. Unit A carried on specified business of setting and operating warehouse facility for storage of sugar. Unit B, non-specified business of operating a warehouse facility for storage of edible oil. So 2 business, one is specified business, other is non-specified business. Unit A commenced in operations on 1st April 2018 and claimed a deduction of 100 lakhs incurred in purchase of 2 buildings for 50 lakhs each. So what it had done? It has commenced its operation in 1819. In 1819, it had incurred a capital expenditure. In 1819, it has taken that capital expenditure as a deduction as a part of section 35 AD. Now what happened? However, in February 20, Unit A transferred one of his building to Unit B. Now if you remember, we have discussed that whatever capital expenditure incurred should not be transferred in a period of 8 years. If transferred, then ultimately section 28 says any asset disposed, demolished, discarded, then ultimately it is taxable as profits and gains from business or profession. Now to what extent? To what extent I have to consider that as a business income? That's what is one of the most important thing we need to understand. So here, what? Tax implications. What is the tax implication? The tax implication is nothing but taxable. In whose hands? Taxable in hands of Mr. Arnav. Okay, tax of in hands of Mr. Arnav for which year? In February 20, it has been transferred. That means it is taxable in the hands of Mr. Arnav in the assessment year 2021. How I have to tax that? For that, I need to consider section 28 says one thing. Deduction under section 35 AD allowed earlier. So whatever deduction which you have allowed earlier, 100% of the expenditure incurred. So what was the 100% of the expenditure incurred? 100 lakhs was the expenditure incurred on 50 lakhs each. United transferred one of its building, not both. You are transferring only one of its building. On one building, what was the deduction allowed earlier? The deduction allowed earlier was 50 lakhs. You need to mention the point clearly that any asset acquired under section 35 AD should be used for the purpose of the business for at least a period of 8 years. If disposed, then whatever deduction allowed earlier I have to consider. So what was the deduction allowed earlier? 100% of the cost. Okay, so the deduction allowed earlier is 50 lakhs. Now what I need to do? I need to see if the asset was used till 1st April 2019. What could be the depreciation claimed? So depreciation claimed till 31st March 2018. So I need to calculate that. For that, what is required? Actual cost of the asset is required. What is the actual cost of the asset? 50 lakhs. When this was acquired? 1st April 2018. Asset put to use for a period of more than 100 days. I can take full rate of depreciation. So here, my rate of depreciation, the depreciation is what? 10% rate, being a building. So 5 lakhs is the rate of depreciation. So depreciation claimed till, it's not 31st March 2018, depreciation claimed till 31st March 2019. So what is the depreciation claimed? 5 lakhs. That means what? As the asset is disposed in 1920, in 1920 you can't take the depreciation. So as on, I need to find out the WDV as on 31st March 2019. Based upon that, I can assess what is the amount of depreciation claimed. See, whatever deduction allowed earlier, less depreciation claimed till the end of the previous year. So ultimately, in which year you are transferring, before that year, what is the depreciation you had claimed, that I have to consider. So till 31st March 2019, I claim a depreciation of 5 lakhs. So ultimately, what is my taxable profit there? My taxable income is nothing but 25 lakhs is taxable as your profits and gains from business or profession. That's what is nothing but your third problem. Okay. So once you do these 3 problems, then we'll get into something called as 35 CCA. Then we'll discuss something called as 35 CCC, 35 CCD, 35D. So with that, I can say section 35 is done. Then we can get into section 36. Clear?